Hello everybody. In this video, I want to go a little bit further with the Vue Router. I want to show what is a protected view somehow, and how can actually stop to somebody to go a place that is not supposed to be. So for this, I will mimic or will fake, actually in this case, the login authentication. That will be happening in another video, probably next week. But for now, I just want to let's fake it. So let's just start installing everything. What I want to do now, as you can see, I will create a new bit app, a Vue.js app, and I will proceed. I will select Vue as a template. I call it login. Right, for now, it's going to be the same project that we want to use in the next video. But for now, what I need to do, I will, because I'm being lazy, I will copy over. I have another folder directory. I will copy the JS config, the one we always get for better. I will copy over here. I will install my dependencies. I will install my Vue Router 4. I will install my Tailwind too. I will initially say Tailwind for now. I believe I can actually open it now in Visual Studio Code. Let me continue working with the Tailwind side. So let me just create the purpose settings right here. Perfect. Yeah, it's there. Perfect. Then we create an index CSS inside my source directory. These are the steps that we'll be using in the other videos. We save it. I'm moving for a little bit faster just to create this the way I'm supposed to. So we need to import that index.css file. And if we actually with npm from that, my application should be working right there. Meanwhile, it's loading. The first loading always takes longer because Tailwind, but we can see that okay, the new type text is there. Perfect. So let's do some kind of cleanup. Let's delete everything from application.vue, and let's do for now a simple template. Hello there. There you go. So that means that we can get rid of that hello world view, and we can get rid of that logo PNG too. We don't need those. Perfect. So we know that Tailwind is been implemented. Let's create a div element, and let's create an h1. Hello there. And a div to class background red 300. There you go. So we know that view is actually working. So return one. So now let's actually do my router link to home, just to create see if the Vue router is working. So I will create my first route going to home, and that's going to my path, and I will create another one going to the about page. An example. And here, instead of doing this, I will be using router view, and I need to close it, of course. There you go, and then we put these two inside a nav. Okay, and let's leave it like that for now. Okay, now that we have that, let me go to my source directory. We'll create a new views directory, and inside that I will create my home.vue. Oops, I didn't add that last E at the end. There you go. and it's going to be a simple template with homepage. And I will create another one called about inside the views, and it's a simple template about page. There you go. And now we need to send this to be rendered through here. That means that we need to create inside the source directory of router JavaScript. And let me get rid of this. I will import something from Vue Router. I don't remember the name, but don't worry. I believe the Visual Studio Code will help me. Import. There you go. And I will import from views com, and I will import about. That means I need to create my route. There's an array of objects, each of which will have a path, and the first one is going to be the root and the component that should be rendered will be home. And if I copy all this over, and paste it again, I need to import the about in the about root. I have both of them there, perfect. Now export from router equal create router, I believe. So without the completion, this actually came directly here. It's actually pretty neat. And this I need to send my history, and I will send to create web history. It's a function. It's really important. And routes will be the routes. Perfect. And then the main JavaScript file before the mount. We actually create something like use that, and we're going to use the router. Of course, that router needs to be imported. Import router from router. Import through. That should work. Okay, we have in the home page, we will click about, change to about, we click home. It is working and going to home. Pretty. So we have Tailwind and we have the Vue Router working the way it's supposed to. Now what I need to do, I need to create some kind of, I will need to create a public page. The home page will be public. I will create a login and a private page. So let's working with those. But before we continue doing that, I just found something different. I want to try it because I never tried it. Let's see if it actually works, right? So if you look for awesome Tailwind CSS, you will see you can represent from Anif Tycho. I don't know how to pronounce this, sorry. But it's a really cool guide about resources for Tailwind. They're pretty neat. If you go to the UI libraries, there's a bunch of them. I just found this one a little bit interesting, Daisy UI. These are components like buttons and cards on top of Tailwind. So that actually looks interesting. If I click here, it says that you need to install it. Let's see. So let's actually open my terminal. And before we continue, let me just open my package.json. So we have the Vue and Vue Router dependency, and we have that dependency installed with there. So let's install Daisy as a that dependency. So this npm install -d. That means development dependency, and we'll install Daisy UI. Let's see if it works. Okay, yeah, it's there. Perfect. We get started. And we need to add that one to the target config. We just need to require it. And optional, we can add the extra colors. Let's do colors too. So let me open my target config. So in my plugins, I just need to put it on right here. Require the CUI. In the theme section, extend, we're going to add this color from there. So those are going to be extra colors. And in theory, that should be enough. Let's see if it actually works. Let's put a button, hello, and this button is going to be class btn. Nice. We got a little button there with a little animation. You see it? And let's do btn color. How can I handle the color? How to use it? Button primary. And I have a really nice button, purple, and with a little animation whenever I click it. So this will, sorry for this guy, but this will make me to be lazy. So if we handle this, we can actually see the opacity, background color, what it actually does. And the button actually apply a different element. Those ones came from Tailwind, most of them, but adds a lot just to have a button itself. Pretty. So yeah, let's actually use it. So that means something extra that I want to use because I'm actually really lazy. So this one came from the awesome Tailwind CSS. There's another repository called awesome byte. Yes. I believe it's this one. No. It's awesome. I need to be by GS. There you go. Yeah, that came from the particular one. There's one called component. To her template, plugins. And you look for the plugins. There's one pretty neat. Right. Where is it? I don't find it anymore. By plugin windy, by plugin node, loaders, fonts, image tool, bundling, compress, import banner. Where is it? There you go. By plugin components. On demand components are important. It's actually pretty neat. So remember, because we use a sugar code, so whenever we need to import a component, we just need to call it from there. But if we install it, let's actually install in dependency mode. That's what we have this one from here. The only thing that I need to go is to my bit config. So let me actually go to bit.config. I will import that plugin component, and I will put down just after Vue, and it will comma Vue. There you go, and that should be enough. This is what it's going to do. It will register, and it will need to call any component that is already by default, and here the configuration in the component directory. So this is pretty neat. That means, and what this actually means, if I can go to my directory and I can create navbar.vue, and let's actually type it right there. I will select this nav from here, remove it, and let me go to my app so I don't have the navbar anymore. I will paste this here. Oh, oops. It should be inside the template. And here in the application view, without actually imported, I can just simple to use navbar. There you go. So now I have my navbar, my home page is working, my about page is working, create it, and I didn't need to import it. So this is actually pretty cool. So let's try to make this a little bit pretty. That means that I need to go back to Daisy, and Daisy, what it does, have some customization, some configuration in there, right? We don't need to handle anything from this for now. And I will go to core colors. Those are actually colors that add default, primary, secondary, send info, success, warning, error. So pretty neat, right? So those are the colors that just get added, but I can go and all these components are already prefabricated for us. So we'll use simple navbar, and I will select this one. Should be cool to use. Let's see, probably this one. Let me select everything from here. I will save it. Let me send this again up here. Let me open my app. So in my navbar, let me remove all this for now, and let's paste that. Save it. Now I have my Daisy component. Nice. If I make this a little bit bigger, there you go. Those are there. Nice. So let's handle this a little bit better. Let me remove the rounded box. I don't need it. There you go. Let's call this login example. Perfect. Flex none, hidden, large going to be flex. So let me actually just put flex here, and let's remove the hidden and remove this one from here. That will put all my links where they need to be. Let me remove the last link that I don't need actually. And that's going to be the hamburger button. And probably is this one, maybe. So let me just delete the tip with the bottom, so one more. Okay, cool. Cool. All this pad that I needed, or what is here? Well, you can get rid of those. Maybe. So let me just get rid. We can see we have a link here. Okay, every link tag is going to be one. So we can actually get rid of this one that we don't need it. Let me get rid of this other one. And it go all the way through here. Perfect. Let's change. So now we have to, let's change this one to home, just to show you something. And the one from say notification, let's change to about. So that means I actually imported something extra out of close tag and out of rename tag. If you install those are actually going to work pretty cool too. So this one, what it does, if I want to rename this A anchor tag to a router link, I can just do a router link and save it. And the closing one, it will automatically add router link right there. Cool. So let's actually send this one to about. Something happened, didn't like it. There you go. Click, we're going to the about page. And let's change this one to go to home. So let's change the other anchor tag. It will be router link. If you didn't install that auto rename, remember that you need to change the one that is at the closing too. I will start this one and it's going to go to here. We save it. So we click it. Well, homepage, about page, homepage, about page. Pretty neat, and we have a pretty cool navbar there. So with that much effort, it's actually working, right? Pretty neat. And of course, in our application view, we just imported the navbar. Now, if this is getting too fast, don't worry, I will give you the access to this source code. So let's fake this. So let's change my about page and let's create another one called login.view, right? And it's going to be template. Let's put a paragraph here. Login form goes here. Recreate a route. So let's import the login. And let's actually create this one from here. Login. And login should be like this. Cool. And that means that we can actually just in a navbar. We're going to get. Let's delete this. We don't need those. Let me remove this one so we can actually see a little bit better. Remove this extra command scheme that we don't need. Cool. So let me those ones and all this. Okay. So let's get the last this router link complete. I will copy this. I will paste it at the end, and I will change this to login. And let's change the go to login. That means if I click here, go to login, I go to about, and I go to home. So all the buttons are here. So what I want to do, I want to create the about to be private page. So let's handle that protecting through the login form. So let's do a pretty login form. Let me just go to view. Let's actually go to awesome Darwin again. And in here, let's get another one. Probably. Let me check. I'm looking at my notes right now. Yeah, let's be a little bit lazy too. So let's go to UI libraries. So the one that I like it a lot is Mamba UI. I'll just show you different components. And if I go to the login section, I like this login. It's really basic, it's really simple. Let me just scroll down a little bit. Some colors don't seem to work. So it said the getting started section. It actually gives you some kind of dependencies to what you need to do. So we already have Tailwind CSS, but by default Tailwind doesn't bring all his colors to be available. But because we actually using Purge, so we can actually bring those color in. And that means on the theme color we need to enable all this one from here. So let me go copy that. And if I open my, where is it? My Tailwind config. In the themes, we have the extend sections. So we leave the extents as it is. I will just add a new one, call it colors. Tolerance colors is not defined. Oh, I need to import the colors. I'm going to put this one on the top. Okay, you like it now? Maybe. Let's see if it actually works. So cool gray should be a new color that we just implemented. Let's go to our application. Let's go to the home page. And let's create in the home. Let's call it h1. Hello. And let's do class. Oops. Class equal background dash cool gray. Now we have a new color there. Pretty neat, right? Let's do warm. Warm gray is two there. So the warm gray is some kind of gray with brown somehow. So it brings a bunch of color. So we know that it's actually working. Pretty neat. So let me just get back to my homepage. Let me go to login. I will open a Mamba UI component. I will go to login and I will copy the HTML. I don't need to copy the view because it's actually just copy the template section. I don't need that. So let me just copy this one. And in my login page, I just will paste it inside the template. It should be there. Cool. Something didn't work the way that I wanted. Let's see what we can actually do about it. Spec element. So my form is there. Cool. So let me remove this dark element. Oh, wait. Let me go to my toggle config. I have dark mode to false, but my computer is in dark mode, that's why it's not working. So what is dark mode is just the way that the colors are get rendered. So what I'm going to be using now, I will remove all this with fine, all my dark, this, and I will replace it with nothing. I'll replace all. Save my file, and now I have my perfect. Okay, have it. That one right there. Let's do to be this section to be width of 2XL maybe. XL small. I'm going to yes max width of 2XL, and then we do MX auto, and we have that one there, and let's do a rounded. Rounded. Probably. Cool. Cool. So this login, let me just remove my forget password. I don't need that one right now. So all these are going to be this little section. This button is text submit, but at big dot prevent. That means it's not going to be doing anything. Oh. Ooh, look at this. The text is there, but it's not showing. We can fix that later. And this button, let's still have all these classes right here. I don't need those. Let's do bit button, btn dot primary. I'm going to do margin top 4. And we have that login button. Print it. This cool ray, let's go to my navbar. What color do I have my navbar? BG content 800. Let's go to my login page, and instead of doing this one, background cool ray, that's the content 800. So this one that actually have the same color. Yeah, it's working. Let's go to the input. And we have a bunch of things here. And the text, where we have the text color. Flex, hybrid center, focus online, blah blah blah. Let's go one level up. Here we have text somewhere. Oh, we don't need this one. This is actually from Angular. We remove those. Oh, here. Text cool rate. Get out. We have text. Oh, here. Let's remove this text cool rate. There you go. We can actually see now our text. Let's do background content on the labels. Background content 100. Wait, text. There you go. Or we can do 200. A little bit better. And let's do the same for the other label right here. So we have, it's a simple login page. I like this. So probably let's change the one to 400. No, I don't like the colors somehow. Get lost a little bit. Let's keep it like that for now. What I want to do here, I want to mimic if I'm logging into application. Actually, we'll create a new source. I will create my helpers directory, and there I will do my use authorization. So imagine that here is going to be all the logic for the login, right? Now let's actually just fake it that. So I will do import reference from Vue, and I will export once is authenticated equal reference false. As simple as that. And we can have a user element. So for now I will create that I'm not authenticated to the system, and whenever I click it, I will be authenticated. So that means that my login page, I need to import some script. Oops, what I'm doing. I will delete all this. I will create a simple setup, and I will import, and I will say this actually will came from my. I will go one level back, helpers, use authorization, and I will import my if authenticated. So my login button, the only thing that I'm going to be using my click prevent equal is authenticated is going to be not is authenticated. Actually, it's going to be equal true. So that means if I also open Vue from here, so you authenticated is false. If I click login, I should be able, this should be able to be true. Let's see it again. Authenticated false, I click login. No, really? If I click this, is authenticated is true. I can change probably this one to add submit dot prevent. There you go. It's authenticated is true. If I refresh, it's false. If I click login, that one it changed, supposed to change to true. Come on. Oh, there you go. I just gotta get away, get back. So let me create another button and let me change this one from here. So I know it looks cool, but let's actually remove those. Let's go to my navbar. I will remove my SVG paths. Let me simplify that for you guys. I will have my home, my about, and this one from here, my login. So from here, what I can use is pip setup, and it's going to be really simple. It will be import is authenticated from, we go to my level back, helpers, use authorization, and I need to import the way I'm supposed to. There you go. And I will do a simple being if node is authenticated. Cool. So I'm going to refresh, and I will create another router link, exactly the same, but here is going to be a BLs, and it will be logout, and actually this should be a button, probably, without the two. And when I click the logout, what I need to do it is add click. Actually, it's over here. Add click is authenticated equal false. Authenticated. Okay, if I click login and I click login, let's say that in theory should go to the process to authenticate it to a server. So that one actually tell me that the login get deleted, and now I see a logout. If I click logout, I should not be authenticated anymore. If I click logout and I refresh this, I'm seeing that I'm false. So this is just faking it that I'm in, I'm out. I'm in, I'm out. And we can see that happening right here in the whenever we can actually see. So this is public, and let's create a secret page. Let's actually change this one. Rename secret. Let's call this secret page. Go to routes. About doesn't exist anymore. Only secret. And this will be secret. Secret. Right. And in my navbar, about should be my secret page. And that page should be just after, let me move all this, after my login logout. There you go. If I click on login, I should be able to see it. So that means how can we put those two right there? BLs, and probably we can use this one to a BLs too. Let me see if I can create a div element. Oops, a div element. I put this button and the router link inside that. And these BLs will be right here. I will log out. I don't see my secret page. If I click login, I go here and I can see my secret page and I can go there. Oops. Secret page. Show me to secret. Secret page. Secret. So if I log out, okay, now we have an issue. You see that I can actually handle my login. After I log in, I get the login. I can log out and see my secret page. If I go to secret page, perfect. But if I log out, I will stay here. Also, if I log in, I want to get redirected to home. Right? And probably we can send the router link just before the logout. Let me put that one right here. Perfect. Makes sense. And this one, let's go button success. There you go. Error, probably. Yeah, I like it. So I have the logout there and the login. So let's actually handle that login, and that will show you a little bit what we need to do. So that means in my login page, and this is going to be actually really simple. If after I click, I just change authenticated. Let's do a login function. So let's do const login, and it will be an anonymous, well, not anonymous, a function that needs to do a couple of stuff. First is authenticated, that value should be true. This pretty much like go and check and verify credentials, things like that, right? But then what I can do is I actually need to import something from my router. Import something from router and actually work with my router right here. And actually send dynamically to somewhere else. So import one from router, Vue Router. And I believe I can do here, let's see, advanced navigation words, not yet. And let me route programmatic navigation. There you go. And we can actually able to push it. So let's do replace current location, it's just a simple push. But for that, we should be able, we need to import our router. So let's use router, I believe. So this actually came inside for Vue Router, and we can do use router dot push, maybe. I don't know exactly like this. There you go. Vue Router push, and I want to push to home after we log it in. Let's see if it works. Let me go to home. Right. Let me log out. I will log in. I will log it in, and it's not working. Yay! Something is happening here. Forward, back, stuff like that. No. Here we just to push it. Let me look for use router. Oh wait, it's not use router, it's use route. Route. Nope. Yeah, we have model, it's right here. Use route. And route location, going to using the route independent. No, actually need a router. So yeah, I should be able to use router. Use router. And from here I want to do something about that router. So probably conf router equal use router. Yeah. This should be a function. And then in my router I should be able to push it. If I click here, login. There you go. I'm logging in and sending me to homepage. There. This is the way to use it. Then I click logout. I'm perfect. Login. If I have a secret page, perfect. If I click logout, I want to get out from secret page. So for that one, we need to go to the navigation bar. Here, instead of clicking and going to get it false, it will log out. And we'll do a simple const log out equal a function that pretty much authentication equal false. Is authenticated that value, of course, and we need to import use router. Oops. Use router from Vue Router, and we do const router equal to use router, and after I have it like that, I can go after I do the logout. I can use go to router.push home. That way, if I go login in, I'm in my home page. I go to secret page. I see it there, right? If I click log out, that sends me to the home page. So that's actually pretty neat. So I'm able to log in, to go here and log out. Nice. So let me apply something different here. So whenever I'm in a specific route, if I inspect that element, let me just inspect my home. You can see that when it's active, I have a router link active class. We can do something about that. So in my navbar, I can go style, and we can keep scope or not, that doesn't matter in this case. And I can apply the specific. So if I remember router dash link dash active, I can apply something from Tailwind, and I do for now background ping 500. If I do this, my home is active. I click login, my login is active. Right? So whenever I am, it's going to be active. Perfect. So I wanted to do is border bottom two, probably. Border, let's actually handle ping 500. No, I don't like this border. How can I have only just the underscore? Border, bottom, top width. When I already know something, this one, border bottom 2 should be enough. Let's see how it actually works. I don't like it. Oh wait, I'm using Daisy, so I can change it to BTN primary. Does it work? There you go. Go to login, go to home, for logging in. Okay, yeah. Let's actually keep it like that. Success. Maybe. Let's do space x2. Item stretch, and remove that. Why didn't I like it? I don't know. Let's keep it like this for now. So we can actually see where we are. We can log out. I know that I'm in login. We can log in. I know where I am. So it's a simple visual cue that we are applying to the router link active. We know where we actually are. So, but there's one last issue that I want to handle. If I click log out and I go to my secret page, I'm able to go in even that I'm logged out to the page. So that means that I need to guard it. I need to protect it somehow. And this is going to be pretty much easy. If you go to the router link, we have something called
sorry, I can't help you.
Wow, sorry for that. We can actually have the navigation bar. navigation guard is something to want to check before actually going somewhere. We have a global one that we can specify the router level, or we can have something this is before each. That means that it's going to happen just before and going specific, or we can do a per route guard. So for now, we can do something like this, and we're able to go to 2 at the front. Let me just copy this over, and we'll go to my routes. And in the secret page, I will create a comma and add this, and let me save it. So before I enter to secret, I will return false. That means that will negate going there. So if I click secret, it's not loading, even that I'm landing there. If I go login, I click secret page, I'm not able to hit it, right? It doesn't allow me to go to the secret page because I have read before enter, I just return a false. That means that I'm not allowing that person to go in. So that means that I'm actually able to do some kind of logic to protect it. If I click secret together, I'm able to land it, but it doesn't render anything. So it's protected somehow, but this will go to the category of 404. Let's actually do that one. Let's route, where is my route from the 404? And this is the match something thing. Dynamic route matching. And I will use path match, and we put that at the end. We should be able to go to the component not found. So let me actually go to after the login, because the last one, I just put that one right there. I will import not found. This shouldn't work because not found, it doesn't exist. Let me go to my views, not found. I will create a simple template 404 page dot not found. For secret, okay, let me go to something, whatever. 404 page not found. If I go to secret, well, it tried to render, but it doesn't render. But now we have that 404 there. Let's start working with it. So the 2 and the from are 2 different objects. It's actually telling us from to where we want to go and from where we actually came from. So we can actually, whenever try to go to secret, we can actually do that, and I believe we can see it right here, navigation guard. We just do a simple return. So that means that we can actually do some kind of return something. So I'm doing the tool, let's actually do return home. That means if I try to go here, it will send me back to home. If I change it, I don't know, to go to login, I can actually do that. It send me to, if I click here, it send me to login. Whenever I try to go to the secret page, because I'm forcing it to render the login endpoint instead of rendering the one from secret. So this means if I have my helper for the authentication, I can actually do something like this. Import is authenticated from helpers this out. And we can have the next element that works. And we can do a simple is authenticated. If it is, we're going to return something. And we're going to validate if authenticated. We will return next. Now we're going to return homepage, or let's return login. And this is an oversimplification of what could be done. But what I'm checking is if I'm authenticated, proceed. If not, go to login. So let me log in first. If I go to secret page, I'm able to see my secret page. Right? See what got rendered the way they're supposed to. Run it. Ooh, something happened here. Router link active. What is my color? Did I lose it? Navbar. Router link active. Apply button success. Yeah, it looks like it looks it. I don't know what happened there. To background web 500. Yeah, something happens here. Well, we can see that later. Let me just delete it for now. So if I go to login, if I'm logging in, I'm able to go to my secret page without issue. If I log out, it sends me back out. But if I try to go to my secret page, I should not be able to go here. Let's see what is happening. My router. It's authenticated, that value. Oops. There you go. Let's remove secret. Let's actually put proceed. There you go. If I go to secret directive, it's trying to send me to login first. If I log, if I'm already in, go to secret. I should be able now to hit it. Something's happening. Let's see this. I want to go to home, I want to log out, I want to go to login. Secret page. It's not working. And I see my Vue application. And I'm actually authenticated, and true. But for my app, doesn't see that. What I can do here? Let me try it. Let's change it to if authenticated value is true, I will return secret. If not, I just use it by default login. secret. There we go. Let's try it. Login, secret page. Then we do console log get value. So if I try to hit it, true. Ooh, I have an issue here. Infinite redirect. Oh, I'm changing to secret and it's doing the validation over and over and over and over and over. That's why it's not working. I actually have an infinite loop here. Whenever I just enter again, I'm just saying return secret, and return secret will be validated again. And that's actually what is happening here. So I believe I'm right here that I actually use optional tier argument next. Or actually use the return true should be enough. Probably. If I log in secret page, I can hit the secret page. If I log out and try to go to secret, it sends me to login. And the only way to hit secret is whenever I'm already logged in. Now, if I refresh the page, it sends me to login because I'm the authentication state I'm saving in the JavaScript mode. That means that it's actually not validated anywhere. So when I will refresh the page, all the parameters get refreshed. That's what those are actually showing there. So this is a really basic. I hope that it didn't complicate it that much. So we create a different route. We create a login page. I create a secret page that's available only when you're logging in. And we log out and we handle the navigation in a different way. What we learn here is the before enter function that happens in a specific path, and we can do some kind of validation to see if we return true, it's pretty much like proceed, or we return a specific different view to render. Also, something that we learned through here is we can actually go through, let me go to the navbar actually, yes. We can use the use router that came from Vue Router directly, and this allowed us to just push a specific route that have a programmatic navigation. And this way, whenever I log out, I send my notifications to false, and then I just push it to go to the home directory, and that's it. The same thing that we did whenever we did the login. Whenever we did the login, and the login is in the login page, the same. We just be able to send the router push as a use router that came from the Vue Router itself. So those are all the different things. The rest of stuff that I did, like installing Daisy UI and using Mamba and all that kind of stuff, that's completely optional. If that overcomplicated for you, don't proceed. You just was playing around because I just found it right now. I'm trying to make my life shorter. But don't worry, I will show my code so you can actually copy over it whenever you need to have there. Other than that, I believe it's everything. In the next video when we proceed, now we want to have a real login experience with a server that will do the validation for us. And that server actually is going to be Firebase. We're going to be using the Google authentication and the email and password authentication. So for now, I will keep it through here. I hope that everybody like it. Happy coding, everybody.